This is my latest quilt that I just finished. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to be finishing it now, quilting it, binding it, getting the whole thing ready to enjoy. So, I want you to go through the process with me. First we're going to sandwich it. Yeah, not ham and rye, okay? That's what we call when we layer it. We're going to sandwich it. And then I will quilt it, and then we're going to bind it. And then we're going to enjoy it. Here we have the backing. Now, I had this beautiful piece that I wanted to use, but it was a little too small. So what I did, okay, stay with me. Okay, first thing we have to do is find the center. And I'm going to do that by folding it 2 ways. All right. And fold it this way. And I'm going to mark that with a pin that has a nice head on it so I can feel that. And you want to put this on the outside because once we get this quilted you can't get in there and find that pin. Alright, now put it out like this. And this one is square. We're going to center that right there. Then we're going to do the same with the batting. Now,
go.
Okay, now, I want to stabilize this. Because if I don't, after all the stuff we're going to put on top of it, it's going to be moved around. So what I've done, these I've gotten from an office to supply place. They have them now specifically for quilters. And hang on, gotta do the other side here. Alright. Now if I had a big quilt and it was hanging off the end, I would do it here too. But since this is a small quilt and it's not apt to move around very much, we're just going to leave it right like that. I've taken the batting and I have folded it 2 different ways to find the center. And I line that center up with that pin. I can feel it right there, even if I can't see it. Now this batting and the backing have been cut at least 1 to 2 inches bigger. Let's get this straightened out here. Alright. Then the front. Alright, now we've been busy here. I've folded this in 4ths, so I found the middle. Okay, and I've reclamped right here so everything's stable. Now here's why we put that pin in with the head. Gotta feel it. There it is, right there. Alright, so that's the center right here. Okay, and I want to make sure that this is centered on here. That's an important thing. Because quite frankly, if you don't have this centered and everything else centered, you can get this whole thing done only to find out that the top has moved off of the batting. Oh, if that ever happens to you, by the way, just piece that little batting down there. Don't take it all apart. Now, when you get to smoothing this out, whisk with your fingers. Don't push, or you're going to push everything out of shape underneath, or you're going to make the top bigger than what this is right here. So just whisk. What you want to make sure now is that you have this especially straight. And for long ones, I have a great big long ruler from my husband's garage. And I actually make sure that these are all straight. This one's small enough and straight enough that I can eyeball it. Okay, now we're going to get to pinning. Now I have these, isn't that fun? Okay, we're going to be sewing here. You want to know where you're going to be stitching. So put your pins just about any place but that. Put them about 4 to 5 inches apart. Don't close them. We're going to do that later. Now this is going to take a while, so why don't you go get a cup of coffee while I finish this, okay? Okay, whoa, I've been busy. We got it all pinned. Now, what I'm going to do, first thing I did was check the back. Oh yeah, all looks good. So we're ready for the next step. And what I did is I trimmed the excess batting and backing off. By the way, this is a take-off, this quilt pattern right here. It's just another color scheme of my Scrappy Wheels pattern. Fun, isn't it? Let me talk a little bit about the backing. I did pre-wash that. If you have little pieces like this and they're going to shrink, it doesn't make much difference. But oh, if that backing shrinks, it's going to be very noticeable. So I always pre-wash my backings. Batting, I like to use something that has a bit of a rough feel because it behaves better. My best advice is, first of all, I do like part cotton in most of my battings. That's just really one of my things. But go to your local quilt shop, and whatever they carry, they have researched that, and they feel it's the best batting. So that's what I recommend. You do whatever they carry. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Now, at this point, you can do anything you want with this. It isn't going to go anywhere. This is the point at which you close your pins, because you can lift it up and do that very easily. And that's all there is to it. I am now ready to quilt. That's going to be my next video. Tune in. That I